It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Please take it as a warning. I've been sitting dormant. Took a break from booking my performance. Young Nolan was on it once upon a time. Open my destinations. Used to check the rhyme. Q-tip in the air. Let me say this clear so you fuck niggas hear me. You niggas suck. You ain't near me. I'm making bucks so I could duck the inquiries. My flow the truth. I can't trust in your theories. These rappers lying now. 6 million ways to demise. We got them dying out. Crying out. What is it your life about? Sincerely, I've been dedicated. Building reputations. Rising expectations. Look at me. Fighting my temptations. I've been serenaded plentifully. My imagery lyrically made with symmetry. I've been hard, killing niggas out the family tree. I feel like Benoit, used to educate them at them seminars. Now it's all about me, shining when I'm grinding. I take my talents to South Beach, they voluntary mouthpiece. I turn it down when I turn around to be flirting for surface, buffing my crown. Bitch, I'm good on my own. I got a wife and a son in my home, so get used to rejection. If any niggas say my name, hope you use protection. I cross niggas for the fun of it. Who's the pedestrian? Burn your canals just to get to the root of my questions. Oh no, LeBron body, I'm all-star, hard body like porn star body and all y'all. Airplane on my phone calls, fuck all the small talk. Press a button, your life rerouted like it's the OnStar. If you been yearning for the real, y'all should have been said it. These cowards would have been dead. Let my win set it.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. In this video, we're going to be getting into the follow-up coming from TDE after the Joe Budden podcast basically came out and stated that they're tired of Kendrick Lamar, in so many words, winning. He had a sweep at this year's Grammy Awards. The conversation the other day was about the rap album of the year conversation going into next year. And they were having a debate about who deserves to win the award, right? Emanny in the room feels like Chance the Rapper's Starline album should be the winner. Mark Lamont Hill agrees with him. The rest of the guys in the room pretty much feel like the Clips deserve to win it and should win it, with the exception of Parks. Parks, on the other hand, is team GNX, right? He says that he feels like GNX is the most impactful and successful and just musically dense record out of all of them. He feels like it should win, right? I'm going to play a little bit of audio to give a refresher course for anybody who doesn't remember. I'm not going to play the whole clip, just a little piece so y'all remember. But we do have a response from Mackwop from TDE. And we also got an interesting tweet from Punch within the last couple days as well. That sounds like it could be in reference to this conversation. He didn't say anybody's name directly, but it was a very timely piece that he put out there. So I'm going to say it's a response from Punch as well. All right. But first, let's just get to this sentiment that they had in the room very, very quickly.
The narrative and the momentum, but I think Chance should win it. I think the Clips should win it. I think Kendrick will win it.
I think GNX should.
I don't think Kendrick's going to win.
Based on impact and how much I actually really listen to it, I probably would put GNX first.
Yo,
but it's a dogfight. I want to be clear.
That Chance album, bro, is
Kendrick got to move. Kendrick got to get to the back of the line and share the stage. We already gave you about that album. 9 versions of every award.
That's why I don't think he's going to get it.
We're not being honest about.
Somebody pointed, a lot of y'all pointed this out the other day, that Ish was under his breath mumbling off mic saying Kendrick shit is trash, which honestly is extremely strange to me because they have an episode that they put out on the very day that GNX dropped. It was a surprise release. They happened to be potting at the moment when the album dropped, and they had a whole fucking party to this album. Literally was jizzing they pantses along with Ish. And I know I said pantses instead of pants, god damn it. I know. But even Ish was vibing to the album. Now they say under their breath, or he says under his breath, it's trash. Emanny says we got to be honest about the album. If you don't like the album, it's all good. Like, I'm not that person, right? If you don't like Kendrick Lamar, I don't give a fuck. If you don't like an album or song or whatever, It's all good. Be you, do you, say what you gotta say, right? I'm not on nobody's payroll. But I do find it strange that you have Mackwop says the same thing, so we kind of see each other on that. But I do find it strange that when a nigga album drop, you doing all this theatrics and stuff for it, just for 10, 11 months later, now you acting like it's absolute trash. If it was trash, you wouldn't have liked it on the first listen. I don't know a single album that I liked on first listen and was just like, that shit trash a year later. My ears don't work like that. My brain don't process like that, but more power to you. All right? We'll continue shortly. Just a little piece.
Kendrick's album, man.
I'm being
I
never liked
we talking over each other. We talking over each other.
So it's Chance.
Can I just say,
Kendrick is and has been Chance. I'm not gonna say.
I ain't hear your statement. He said
Kendrick's a Grammy darling.
He is, but he earns it though. It ain't like he's just whatever.
What you about to say about his album?
I don't think it aged as well as people would like to think it did. Don't get me wrong. I like it.
I still listen to that album.
It's my least favorite of his albums.
It's my second
But
favorite.
You like Mr. Morale better?
We're gonna stop it there. That's the pretty much main idea that we're going with here. All right. So after this video, and of course we play audio here, but after this hits the streets, it was complete pandemonium, right? And people are like, man, what the hell are you talking about in terms of how the album aged? So just real quick, let's go over how the album has aged. Accolades for Kendrick Lamar's GNX album. All right, it has received numerous accolades reflecting its impact and recognition in the music industry. Here are some of the key accolades for GNX. Album of the Year at the 2025 BET Awards. They gave it Album of the Year. Top spot on Complex's Top 10 Albums. GNX was named Album of the Year by Complex. Billboard 200 chart top, and of course it debuted at number 1. That's not a surprise. I think just about every Kendrick album dropped at number 1. Then we have Critics List. GNX has been featured on various critics lists, including Exclaim, showcasing its critical acclaim. These accolades underscore the album's significance and the impact it has had on both the music industry and its fans. Furthermore, according to chart data, his 2024 album, GNX, officially has sold over 2 million album equivalent units in the United States, opening it up for a double platinum certification from the RIAA further down the line. And of course, Kendrick doesn't actually certify his music. Otherwise, he would get a plaque, but he doesn't even goddamn register the shit. So it's just going to keep going up in sales, and he's not even going to get the plaques. All 12 songs from the album charted on the Billboard Hot 100. I think he had 7 out of 10 in the top 10. But let's just look at Luther here. Okay, the song Luther by Kendrick Lamar has made a significant impact on the music charts, achieving multiple chart-topping positions. Here's a summary. Billboard Hot 100 spent 12 consecutive weeks at number 1, surpassing the previous record of 11 weeks for Roddy Ricch's The Box. Billboard Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs. Kendrick Lamar achieved 3 consecutive number 1 positions on this chart, becoming the first artist to do so without interruption. Global 200, the song peaked at number 1 in New Zealand, the Philippines, Singapore, and South Africa. Top 10, Luther reached the top 10 in various countries, including Australia, Canada, Portugal, and the UK. The song's success is a testament to Kendrick Lamar's continued influence and popularity in the music industry, right? Not to mention the musical quality, but we want to talk about, how it aged over time, which typically shows up in its influence and how people regard it. Now, as his words continued to permeate throughout the internet, Emanny ended up getting on Twitter, and he put this out to try to defend himself, all right? So he says, when I championed Kendrick for his wins, I was cool. When I gave honest opinion on how the album aged for me, I'm hating. You niggas just appreciate yes men and hate real thoughts. I'll never compromise my real thoughts or feelings to be considered cool to y'all. Okay, so this is Emanny responding to people who have been, getting on his motherfucking head about how he feels. And up top, he says, when I championed Kendrick for his wins, I was cool. When I gave honest opinion on how the album aged for me, I'm hating. Now, I think there's a difference between saying how the album aged for you and you trying to influence the room to think how you're thinking, right? Because you said, we gotta be honest about how the album aged. We gotta be honest about this Kendrick album, right? And when you make statements about that, I should say, you're basically making a statement that we collectively need to embrace this idea that I'm putting out there, that this album wasn't that good or that this album has not aged well, right? And I think that's where things get tricky. Because if you say, for me personally, I don't listen to the album as much. I think it's dope, but I don't play it as much. I've moved on to other things. The texture of the album doesn't really hit for me. The soundscape of the album isn't really what I like, right? That's one thing. That's something that me personally, I could accept. I may agree, I may disagree, whatever it is. Like, that's just general conversation. But when you say we got to be honest about this album, and then you start putting smut on the album, and you say we need to look at it this way, yes, I think that is something that people are going to have a problem with, right? So he says, you niggas just appreciate yes men and hate real thoughts. Now, as he put this out there, and we're going to get to Mackwop and Punch, the people proceeded to pull up Emanny and his so-called championing of Kendrick's wins.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of with Mark a little bit. I just do your thing, but I've just heard so much of you this past year.
I could use like 6 months of no Kendrick.
How are you even gonna say that in that T-shirt?
Oh shit!
How can you say I'm Kendrick out in a T-shirt that says the future is black and feminist? I feel like that's his same movement.
No, not at all. I mean, again, salute to him. I want him to win. It feels like
I don't need a new headline every.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't need a new headline.
It's been 12 months of him having a loose stool.
So that was audio of Emanny and Mark Lamont Hill feeling like they have experienced Kendrick overload, right? Mark Lamont Hill says that he could go on a 6-month hiatus of hearing nothing about Kendrick Lamar. I find that to be very interesting. So a nigga goes on a 2-year run after giving niggas a 5-year break, and now it's too much. I think that's weird as fuck, especially for a nigga that don't even come outside like that. He don't do interviews. I mean, he's outside, like he be in the field. He meets with his people. He be out running and training and fucking jogging and goddamn doing his push-ups outside. I don't mean he don't come outside like he's a herb or a hermit, but like he don't come out and engage with us. He don't do no interviews. He don't tweet. He don't be on his Insta story. He don't really post unless it's something promoting the album. Pretty much obligatory posts. So what do you mean? Emanny says you don't need a headline every day. What headlines are you talking about? The only headlines the nigga creates is off of his own success. Oh, another successful tour date. Another successful show. Another successful partnership with Chanel or a partnership with fucking Gatorade or this or that. It ain't like this nigga's out here disparaging nobody's name. He ain't out here doing no fucking Blueface and Krishan type shit. He ain't out here dissing journalists like Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. And I know there's gonna be people that say, "Oh, you sound triggered." I'm not triggered at all. I'm just calling out hypocrisy. And typically when we call out hypocrisy, there's a little bit more oomph in a nigga voice. That's all it is, bro. I'm having a great time. I'm not angry. I'm actually having a great time pulling this stuff up because, nigga, what do you mean you champion him for his wins? Excuse me. Now, finally, after giving y'all all the lead up, we get to Mackwop. All right. So he actually quote tweeted Emanny's post where he said, when I championed Kendrick for his wins, I was cool. When I gave honest opinion on how the album aged for me, I'm hating. You niggas just appreciate yes men and hate real thoughts. I'll never compromise my real thoughts or feelings to be considered cool to y'all. To which Mackwop says, we remember all y'all was up there twerking. See, my boy over here, he pissed. Can't wait to react to your music this week. Now, if y'all don't know, Emanny is a singer and songwriter. Actually, a pretty talented one as well. You know, if you go look him up, he's got history, you know, writing for some of your favorite R&B artists, or maybe not your favorite R&B artists, but nonetheless, he's done some writing. He used to sing on some of Joe's music as well. He's got a new project that's coming out as well pretty soon. So Mackwop says, I can't wait to react to your music this week. Which, boy, he finna flame your motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if that's even needed, right? But the top piece, he says, we remember y'all was up there twerking. Y'all niggas was going crazy for this GNX album when it dropped. There's a video circulating on Twitter right now of the trailer promoting when they heard it for the first time. And them niggas had blown away faces and was looking all like, oh shit, take over. But now a year later, that album's cool. It's not that great. It shouldn't win. Kendrick needs to get up out the way so everybody else can eat. Since when was this nigga hogging so much space? That ain't it though. Mackwop then follows up and says, LMAO, they called a homie a Grammy darling. That's equivalent of saying a nigga is in the Illuminati because you can't comprehend the success. Yeah, y'all remember when the Illuminati shit was booming? About a decade or so ago? Y'all remember when all the I ain't gonna say all, but I remember where there was a huge, I think they still do it too, some of these losers. Make these videos talking about Jay-Z is in the Illuminati because you know what I'm saying? The Baphomet. Look at the shirt. Look at this. Remember when niggas was out here saying Jay-Z was transmuting Basquiat, like he had ate that man cremation ashes or some shit. So he like, y'all calling Kendrick a Grammy darling is the equivalent of saying the nigga's the Illuminati, right? He comes back. He says Emanny got 4,500 monthly listeners with no mustache. Not with no mustache. That's crazy. Joe shouldn't trust that nigga. Hey man, I'm not gonna hate on 45 monthly listeners, 4,500. I'm at like 2,900 my goddamn self. Y'all need to run them motherfucking songs up. Y'all say y'all liked goddamn Poppin'. Y'all said y'all liked Family Over Fame Freestyle. I need to see some more screams on that bit, man. Get me at least over 4,500. You know what I mean? Show me that the love is real. Mackwop comes back. They said they mad at Dot for being in the headlines too much. They was mad at Doechii for the same reason. Doechii got low. They got mad at that too. Golly. Hey, that nigga ain't lying. They were mad at Dot for not dropping. I know I was too. You know what I mean? During that hiatus. But shit. Nigga come back outside. He hitting his stride. Niggas don't know what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? People are losing their goddamn minds. For what? I don't know. But everybody else could drop, y'all know. Everybody else could drop album after album every year, single after single, whether it goes number 1, whether it's number 28, whether it flop, whether it do this, whether nobody gives a fuck, whether it gets used in TV commercials, if it's on ESPN every night. Nobody complains about oversaturation for none of these other niggas. But when Kendrick beheads your favorite rapper within a week, drops an album in the same year, and launches a successful headlining stadium tour the next year, he's doing too much. Y'all got to make way for that, man. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, boy. Mackwop says, what's Rev Run? What's Rev Run's son name with the odd face? Nigga grown now. You ain't calling him Lil Russie. Come on, man. Not with the Rev Run hat on. Gee, damn. Is there more? Or is he done? It look like he done. Mackwop, TDE, motherfucker. This nigga's crazy. Then yesterday evening at 4:35 p.m., Punch came out and said this. Punch, LOL. When did y'all become so hated? Redacted says, keep winning. You'll see. Punch says, I see. Now, people are wondering who Redacted is. I ain't gonna lie. I think Redacted is Jay-Z. Punch has a very good relationship with Jay-Z. They've developed a friendship. Jay-Z actually likes Punch, not only as an executive over at TDE, but Jay-Z is also a fan of Punch's raps. Okay? So I think they have a very good line of communication where he could text Jay and say, when did y'all become so hated, right? Because when you look at the Carters and the type of scrutiny that they're under and the types of stuff that circulates around their name at all times, you look at how Roc Nation and Jay-Z are being talked about in the year of 2025 by people like Nicki Minaj, but also so many others, right? I think that was a reach out for a word of wisdom from Jay-Z himself. And he says, keep winning, you'll see, right? Because he's been in that position for a long time. There's been a lot of speculation around his name as to what he does or doesn't do in his personal private time, or what he may have done in the past, or all of these different things, but he doesn't respond to any of it. You know what I'm saying? And Punch is starting to see that, you know, his folks are starting to get into that same realm of conversation where people are being relentless. And he's like, damn, how did y'all deal with it? And when did it change? He said, keep winning. That's the remedy, right? You keep winning, the conversation around you always changes. They like you for a couple years. They like you on your rise. But when you start dominating the game and can't nobody else take that number one spot from you, and number one spot is a figurative piece of speech. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it literal. I mean, just like when you're at the top and people get tired of your presence, eventually they're going to find a way to try to knock you a couple pegs down. It's inevitable. It comes for everybody. You could look at this from music to sports to politics to anything, right? I'll take politics out because that's such a fucking dirty game, and shit, I don't like none of them motherfuckers for real. But you get what I'm saying. So that's TDE with their response to this conversation around Kendrick Lamar needing to move out the way, or Doechii going out and having a successful tour, and all of a sudden that's not enough because she ain't dropping music right now. As if her preparing her debut album shouldn't be something that she takes her time with. Niggas is weird. And they pushing weird narratives only for the sake of appeasing their circle jerks and their echo chambers. Niggas is being weird. All right? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that